As a sailor, you depend on wind and weather to either have a great day or a shitty one. And that's a fine line, especially when sailing on your own. But it's not only about the force of the wind which makes the decision. No, even a breeze which suits your boat perfect can be pain in the ass if the wind is shifting, gusty, or coming from the wrong direction. But I agree to accept whatever Neptune provides, and only good preparation helps to make the day. But there are days when Neptune seems to like you, and all is just perfect. I found these conditions when I continued my sail towards Bahia Conception. It started with a breeze and turned into pure joy. Sailing at its best.
I love that Spinnaker. We have around 8 knots of wind and it's coming from around 60-degree apparent wind angle, and we are doing 5.7 knots over ground with the Spinnaker. That is awesome. I mean, we are pointing pretty much upwind. 50 degree is what I do, you know, with stay sail and Genoa up, maybe 45 degree. Now we're doing 60 and we are fast. 5.6, 5.7 knots. Woo! We're flying! It's great. I should have bought a Spinnaker way earlier. You put it on the list, lessons learned. That was the best $1,000 I invested in that boat. Okay, let's go. So after I sailed pretty much dead downwind for a couple hours, I now shifted around Bahia Conception. I jibed the Spinnaker and now we're doing 8.5 knots. Awesome. Calm sea, and I'm pretty sure sailing couldn't be any better. And my friend Spinnaker is doing all the work. Maybe I just cross over to the mainland real quick and come back later today. With that speed, 8.5, I think it's 80 miles to Weymouth, and with doing 8.5 knots, it would be just 10 hours. But as we all know, when you need the wind, it's not there. So.
I finally arrived in Bahia Conception, the biggest bay in the Sea of Cortez. I stopped here and there, but when I sailed into the bay, I found it very surprising how wrong the charts are. But the bay is beautiful and offers a bunch of very nice anchorages, which I could choose from and had them all for myself. No other boats around. Perfect.
Here are Mexican charts. It says it's around 60-70 feet on the charts, and these are the latest navionic charts, so fairly deep, but it's 17. Now that's quite a difference, huh? I anchored on land a few times, and the distance to land is wrong. They're not always the same distance where they're off. But it changes. Sometimes they're correct, sometimes they're not, but you can't trust them, you can't rely on them. You have to keep an eye open on the surroundings and everything else. So be warned, sailor. It almost looks like we are sitting on the ground. But believe it or not, there's 1 foot left under the keel. It's 7 feet deep here, and we are drawing 16. But it's low tide, and the tide is around 4 feet. So the water's coming already. It's getting better every minute. I anchored here yesterday, and I dropped the anchor in 22 feet and backed up into the shallows up to 11 feet under full tension on the chain. So I knew that no matter what happens, I would end up with 7 feet. And this is exactly what happened here. It's kind of nice to, I mean, you really can, if you look overboard here, you say, oh, you can walk to the beach. Almost. You have to just swim a couple strokes and then you can feel the ground. But yeah, great here. It's Coyote Island, I'm the only boat here. And there's not much room for, further out there's room for a couple more boats, but it's a small cove. And it's really beautiful. We just had a walk on the beach and now it's time for breakfast. Aloha. So this is Santispac beach, which is really beautiful. The water is awesome. It's 35 degrees Celsius warm. It's almost body temperature, and yeah, it's white sand, so turquoise water. Actually pretty clear here. And this place usually, I think it's packed with RVs, but it's summer, so it's getting too hot, and I tell you, it is hot. So it's really nice, and the bay, Bahia Conception, is full of these places. But look around, this is so beautiful here, and not so many boats here. Very nice. But the worst thing is, I wanted to pump up my kite today, and you know, there's wind here and I wanted to surf in this beautiful warm water and it's broken. God damn it. I don't know why, but just the glue failed on the vent. So I gotta fix it. Just me and my boat. It's just me